Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Piper Academy. I am glad to have you guys here. I hope that you guys are having a great day. It is now Thursday. We've got some data to put out. We're going to be looking at all kinds of things. We're going to be looking at the charts. We're going to be checking out KASPA. Is there a buy opportunity coming in? What just happened with the unemployment claims today? Why are the markets pulling back? And what levels can we be getting into? This is Piper Academy. We come at you every single weekday, Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys all this news and data. So if you guys are new here, hit that like and hit that subscribe button. Let us know that you guys like this content. But before I go any further, please let me bring on my partner in crime, my co-host, OC Guy. What's up, man?
What's up, Piper? Not much. Just watching how we having a couple of retracements. Bitcoin having a big red candle. A couple of things started moving. So I think we're gonna be having a little bit of a shaking, the mat today. But other than
Absolutely.
that, pretty excited to be here as always. And thank you for the presentation.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Always glad to have you here. Yeah, we've got these pullbacks, and that's why I wanted to today be about CASPA. Will you get that opportunity? Because a lot of people are wondering, did I miss my chance to get into CASPA? Absolutely. I don't think that they have. I think there's absolutely going to be opportunity uh, for pullbacks for people to get in there. And I do think that we have a setup right now that may do that. So I think I fixed all of my broadcast issues yesterday. If you guys are wondering, I was only pinging about 18 megabytes per second on the upload, even though I was hitting like 900 megabytes per second on the download. So I had to restart a bunch of everything. And now I'm hitting like 42 on upload speed. So, all right. Here we go. Let's jump into this. Let's get through the stuff and get into the charts this morning because everyone needs a little bit of energy today on these charts because they didn't get their initial dose from T-Shroom. Investing Bros did not go live this morning, so they had a little bit of a recorded session with TA Tim, but no T-Shroom. So we got our coffee. I got my Knowledge is Profit coffee cup here, drinking my legendary aviation coffee. So shout out to Josh and the team over there, bringing great coffee to the show every day. Take a sip by the dip, and then let's get into what we got for here first. Let's talk about the total market cap. And we're going to be looking here. Total market cap today, guys. In the crypto industry, right now is coming in at $1.4 trillion. We're about 40% of the way to what we were at during the last run. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here going on. Last 24 hours, Bitcoin up. Let me do a little refresh there because I don't think that's going to be current. There we go. Oh, it is. All right, Bitcoin's up 1.48% for the last 24 hours. Looking at Ethereum here, up 0.4%. BNB down about 2%. XRP down 1.5%. We got any big winners? Cardano. Here we go. Up 4.4%. Dogecoin up 5%. You got to love the dog, man. Shout out to the dog. Ton up 0.6%, but Avalanche, guys, Avalanche. Let's take a look. 18.49%, man. It's killing it. Yeah, Avalanche was rocking all night long. But let's go see Caspa. Oh, Caspa. Caspa, my dear friend, up
Oh,
24.5% there. Guys, it's incredible. Who we got over here? Let's go ahead and give a shout out to everybody this morning. Elo Brown with the Blue Wrench. Justin Eubanks in here with the Blue Wrench. Lex Caliber, C90 FTW in here. ZTS Rhythm. L Jones. Bob is in here. Ninja Clock. Who else? Clarence Slade. Mr. J. Christian Major. Eric Wallen. If I missed anybody, I'm apologizing to you. Red Elephant, I see you. Drew, I see you. John D, I see you. Let's get into liquidations here. We've got coming in the past 24 hours, $191.14 million in liquidations. Largest single liquidation order happened on Binance. It was on Rune at a total of $2.93 million. Guys, the biggest chunk of these liquidations, they were people shorting. They were like, it's going to go down, it's going to crash. Look, I did really well trading in the bear market. You know why? Because I kept going in with low leverage, smart low leverage, things that were not going to get me liquidated on crazy movements. I kept a lot of dry powder to keep laddering in so that if I was betting on a short and it pumped up, I could add into a little bit of my position, get me an even better entry and then let it keep falling. Why? Because the trend was downward. And that is how you trade that. You trade the trend downward. I'm going to duocam for this lesson right here, guys. I'm preaching. I'm on a soapbox. You trade the trend. And so when I'm looking at trading the trend on the short market, I was shorting. That was the bear market. The trend was downward. I kept dry powder. I was smart with my leverage and I traded all the way down. Every time I got a nice big chunk, take some profit, look for something new, wait for a good pumpy day, and then I would get in. The trend has changed, people. We are now in an upward trend. It's trend is your friend till it ends. Okay. Um, this is the point that you shouldn't be looking at shorts. Don't be these guys. Don't be these guys that are trying to short it every time they turn around. This is you missed that opportunity. It was for 18 months almost long. You could have done that. We are now in the upward trend, and so you should be looking for smart, lower risk leverage longs that you're looking for. Keeping some dry powder, so when we do have pullbacks, you can still get in. And then being smart about your entries. So now when you have pullbacks, just like when you had pump ups in the bear market, and when you have pullbacks, that's a good time to get into your longs. Don't be these guys. I'm off the soapbox. I had to say that because when I see this, this means people. This is all people who have not attended OC's class in Chart Prime Discord. That's all that is. All right, take a look here, guys. Well, we are now going into the economics. We have an issue here. There is a problem that I see right now on here, and I do believe this is going to shake out in the markets today. We're going to see this play out in numbers today. That is this morning. We had initial jobless claims come in for this last week in November. These are weekly, right? We're at 218,000 last week. 218,000 people had filed for unemployment. We were expected to be a little higher at 220,000 for consensus, 219,000 for forecast. Guys, it was actually 231,000. Now, I know you're thinking, hey, Piper, okay, yeah, so a little bit higher unemployment claims, big deal. But I will say this, it's November. OC, what normally happens in November with labor?
Pumping.
No, with labor.
Oh,
What?
oh, we
Yeah,
got, yeah. Sorry, I was completely off there.
I know.
Well,
Come
we
back.
start getting the
You're good.
holidays. Therefore, we should be having a ton more movement in the markets, or not in the market, but in the real physical stores. Therefore,
Yeah.
we should be having much more or flash employees, right? That they get
Yes,
hired
absolutely.
for
Holiday
what
workers,
might be happening.
yep, absolutely. Holiday workers flow in, they pump up, they only work the holiday season, then they're gone. Yeah. We are not getting that. We're actually losing workers in the holiday season. This could be horrible for retail. So keep an eye on that. It's just a precursor indicator that people don't have their finger on the pulse for. And I like to bring you guys that thing because that it could be well, it is a lagging indicator, could be an indicator of what's to come economically, which is the economy is an even bigger lagging indicator to sentiment. So jumping in here, looking here, guys, it does look like we have a rate pause for sure in December. It's like 99.7 this morning, about 100%. Jumping over January, looking right there, you can see 95.6% chance of no change, 4% chance of an easing. Don't think that's happening then. When do I think it's happening? Maybe in March, but still only 37% chance of a change. You can see that, and no change is 65. I really think here, right there, there's the one. 68.7 or 66.7% chance of a rate cut in 1 May 2024. So be watching for that. Let's get into the news, guys. Despite the crash, crypto was the best performing asset of 2023. Let's go. Guys, here we have, yes, unemployment should have dropped for Christmas, Drew. Absolutely. Despite the crash, crypto was the best performing asset. So, first half of 2023 has seen a major reversal in fortune. Whoa, let's settle down there, Piper. Too much coffee. I'm telling you guys, this coffee is really good. For many investment assets compared to the volatility and downturns of 2022, according to a recent investment index report by Forex, suggests cryptocurrencies and tech stocks have staged a remarkable comeback, with some assets nearly tripling in value over the past 6 months. But the report analyzed the performance of major stock indexes, company shares, cryptocurrencies, and forex pairs between January and July 2023. So a 6 month period there, and it found that crypto assets, really Bitcoin Cash, they failed. They just lost me on this. Crypto assets like anything other than Bitcoin Cash and Solana. I'll go Solana. So triple digit percentage gains reflecting renewed optimism. I'd even go with that. Can we just put optimism in there? I'll take OP over that. After last
Oh,
year's
yeah.
crypto winner, Bitcoin Cash. Wow, this guy, this when you guys are doing critical reading, okay, critical thinking is part of analysis. So I'm gonna teach you guys a little something from my years in the army doing analysis. This is what I did. When you see something like this is called bias, and that means you have source bias, which means that you start to lose validity on anything that they say other than the derivative facts. And the derivative facts on this is, we'll keep it simple, crypto was the best performing asset of 2023. There you go. Let's jump into the next one. Yeah, always be careful when you're reading stuff. Start looking for that source bias. And if you see it and you start finding it, be able to extrapolate that stuff out as garbage and drive on. Pancake Swap launches crypto gaming hub, and you can earn cake. Shout out to T-Stream if you're out there watching this, because this is one of those things that he had a lot of. He sold it. He made some good money off of getting into what he got into when Cake wasn't doing good. But this might be a time for him to take a look. Time to jump moving trains like that, really making me. Yeah. Here we go. Pancake Swap. You can earn cake here, and here it is. Decentralized exchange. Pancake Swap has launched a new platform to expand further into blockchain gaming. This is cool. This is going to be one of those things that ZTS Rhythm is digging into, because he's going to be doing some gaming videos eventually. So he's learning everything he can right now on blockchain gaming. So Pancake Swap Gaming Marketplace went live Tuesday and initially features 2 games themed around the exchange and its whimsical brand. But the company aims to encourage other developers to create games for the ecosystem. The company said in an announcement that the marketplace will allow gamers, developers, and the Pancake Swap community to build, play, and connect. It comes after the launch of Pancake Swap's first GameFi title, Pancake Protectors, developed with partner Mobox, which rolled out back in May. So yeah, gaming, guys, you guys have seen it. It's growing and growing and growing quickly, and it is the hot thing this season, I do believe. So yeah, Pancake Swap, bringing it and get a little cake in here for the gaming world. You guys heard all this fun? USDT, USDC, blah 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 blah. BlackRock. It's going to be the failure of Bitcoin, so on and so forth, right? Well, Circle is investing in layer one blockchain SEI in a move to expand the use cases for USDC. I'm actually going to reach out to Crypto Archie on this and see if he can do a little bit of tokenomics research, because the man is a genius on this blockchain SEI. Because he said he's been looking for some other layer ones. So let's see what he can come up with on this. But this is kind of interesting that they are getting into Circle investing into layer one blockchain SEI in a move to expand the use cases for USDC. So is this a move for them to try to get the Fed off of their back, or at least BlackRock? Like, look, hey, we're more than just a stable coin, man. Back up off me. Well, you got to be like that for. And this guy, folks, is this guy right here, him? Is he the new Jim Cramer, or is he the new Peter Schiff? The question we all want to know. Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary foresees an 18-month wait for the spot Bitcoin ETF approval in the US. I would love for this comment to be made by somebody like Jim Cramer, because that would mean that it's like tomorrow. But is he? We'll have to see. He might be the new Peter Schiff for us. Getting over here, Kevin O'Leary, a prominent investor from Shark Tank and the chairman of O'Leary Ventures, recently shared his insight on the timeline for the approval of a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund ETF by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. Kevin O'Leary, also known as Mr. Wonderful. I wonder who gave him that name. Did he give himself that name? Because that's so cringe. That's almost as cringe as saying that you're the Sultan of Solana. It's prominent Canadian entrepreneur, Arthur, and television personality, widely recognized for his role as an investor on a reality Shark Tank. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this because that right there is a salad. His business ventures. He reported Benziga. There it is. According to a report by Kevin Helms for Bitcoin.com News, speaking at the Benzinga FinTech Deal Day and Awards, O'Leary suggested that the approval could be more than 18 months away, emphasizing the need for a compliant crypto exchange for this to happen. We have crypto exchanges that are compliant, and they're actually okay. Look, I know what's going on here. Bias. This is what we do. We find bias, right? Guys, what did Kevin O'Leary just announce recently that he was going to do? He said he's got an exchange coming. He's got an exchange that fixes all these problems. He's launching his own exchange. This is nothing more than a scare tactic to get people to go use his exchange and help get him some traction so that he can get approved and get regulated. But yeah, guys, all those ETF letters, they all have Coinbase listed. And I'm sorry, Kevin O'Leary, your craptastic exchange that I wouldn't touch with the 10-foot pole after you said what you said about FTX before and after the collapse. Wouldn't touch your exchange with the 10-foot pole. So yeah, moving on here, guys. Last but not least, KASPA has a bullish sentiment score and it's rising and it's outperforming the crypto market on Thursday. What's next? Guys, just so you know, this is called Investors Observer. They are not a primary crypto. They do have crypto, but their big thing is stocks and options and forex stuff like that. They are dropping some hype knowledge on KASPA today, so that's pretty cool. Um, KASPA gets a bullish rating from Investor Observer Thursday. Digital money asset is up 26.67%, while the broader crypto market is only up 3.69%. They have a full report here, but I'm sure this is behind a paywall. I'm not clicking it. Bullish. Over the last 5 days, KASPA has earned a bullish rating on the Invest Observer Sentiment Score. The Sentiment Score measures the performance of KASPA over the past 5 days by volume and price movement. The Sentiment Score provides a quick, short-term look at the crypto's recent performance. This can be useful for both short-term and long-term, blah, blah, blah. Yes, got it. KASPA is currently trading near its 5-day high at 13.9 cents, and we're actually going to dig into that. It's at 13.7 on my chart, and I'll tell you guys what I did yesterday because I want full transparency. You guys will never ever have to wonder what I'm doing. I have no need to do anything behind closed doors or in shadows to make money. I make money. I don't need to have even a YouTube show to make money. So you won't have to worry about rug pulls. You won't get that from me. I will show you guys what I did with KASPA yesterday in full transparency. You guys will always get that from me. And OC, because we're honest. We're honest people. All right. I think we're enough here. We're done with news. OC, what do you think about these articles today? Is Kevin O'Leary right? 18 months on an ETF approval. Does that happen? Does BlackRock sit around for 18 months letting Gary Gensler kick the can down the road, or does he start pulling all the strings that of the people he knows and he goes, look, approve it or you're losing your job?
Well, I mean, that's a tough question because for one side, I don't think that we're gonna be having that much of a movement now, and more of that because we're heading to Bitcoin's halving. I think something as explosive might be just shaking the market. Just something that I have on my mind, guys. It is by the rumors, certain news. Therefore, I that's kind of like a segue to if the ETF gets approved. I believe that we're gonna be having a little bit of a dump by all the big positions already getting into it. But getting back into your question, uh, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I think that's a tough question, but I don't think the ETF will be getting approved just now. But that is just my opinion.
I
I don't know.
think
I
I
really
still
want
think
to
January.
hear.
I still think January.
Yes,
Yep.
I do also. Right
Yeah.
after the
Awesome.
halving, when everything is kind of like a going bullish, they have the enough liquidity to sell whenever they approve the ETF. So yeah, I do
Well, I think
also
it gets
think that they're
approved.
not going to be approved now.
I think it gets approved in January before the halving. I don't think that. I don't think that Larry Fink. I mean, you got to remember when the federal government was on the precipice of a total collapse from COVID-19. Who did they pick up the phone and call?
Oh,
The
yep.
U.S. federal government. They picked up the phone and went, "Yeah, is this Larry Fink? We need to talk to you. Can you help us out? We don't know what to do with this financial situation, and you're the smartest money people out there." Dude knows people in Washington D.C. Gary
He does.
Gensler keeps it up. He's going to end up picking up the phone, and he's going to end up nailing somebody. So it is delayed. I know that till January. I'm tracking all because we're not getting this week on the 5 day run. So yeah, I do believe it, but I think January. I'm not thinking it's going to be 18 months, is what I'm saying. Um,
I see.
Talking to the people in the chat there, they were saying it's already delayed. Yeah, I'm tracking that, but I think I don't think it's going to be approved anytime soon. But I do think that it's going to be in January because Larry Fink is not going to allow it to continue to get. They don't want to buy a bunch of Bitcoin that they don't have an ETF for. First off, and they don't want to buy a bunch of Bitcoin for an ETF that is approved when it's $60,000. There's a threshold in there mentally for Larry Fink to tell uh, people that hey, get your boy in line, fix your people, fix your guy. Like that's what I think is going to happen. So, all right, let's jump into the charts here, OC. Starting off here with Bitcoin, you got to take a look at it first, and then we're going to get over to KASPA. Getting a pullback there on Bitcoin. We do have we were talking about this yesterday. Ribbon. We were getting topped out here. We had a nice bearish uh, multi bearish divergence there. That's why it's blue. We were hitting up in that 70% range, and now it looks like we're getting downside. And this is all coming in today with job numbers and everything else. We're going to be digging in on all that. It's okay. Um, you can see right here that we do have a trend assist. I'm watching for this to stay in the golden pocket. If it stays in the golden pocket here, I'm not going to be overly concerned with it because you can see here, if we go to the daily, let's check it out. Go to the daily. We're over here, and let me get rid of my drawings. There we go. Guys, this was a high. This was the high. This is the low. This is the high. This was the low. This was the high. This was a low. This is a new high. So we can come down, still close in the 618, and still be on a higher low. So it's okay. Not overly concerned. Still a bullish trend. Running a prime score of 9 on there right now. It's fine. Little turns and twists along the way. That's what makes it all fun. Um, yeah, could if it just went straight up, how boring would that be? I would love that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's seriously though. Let's get back in. Let's check out Ethereum. Ethereum sitting here right now, getting all of its support on the 0.50. After hitting that box that I called you guys out a long time ago. I said, look, we're heading towards the red box. That's where we went. Looking here, though, it does look like we're about to get a ribbon twist on the 0 line. We are getting a red Heikenhashi candle, and typically we don't just get one of those. Even back here, we've got 2 of them. So typically, when we start to get a red, we're coming down. So it's okay. That's just why the thumbnails today said what it said about KASPA. This might be your best chance to ever get KASPA coming up, and we're going to talk about that. So stay tuned. Don't leave. We're going to talk about it. Looking at Chainlink here, we had almost a perfect rejection here on the 786. We are heading down right now. We do have a red trend assistant. Oscillator Pro is pushing down from the top of the cloud because why? We tend to trade with the ribbon in the cloud. I always tell you guys this. We also got those RSI primed Heikenhashi candles. Yeah, it looks like we're probably coming down. I'm going to go ahead and call my target still. I still believe that the 618 coming here in the T box with the dynamic reactor overlapping is probably the target on the downside. I've been saying that since back here. So we will see. Matic at 89.7 since this morning. It does look like we are holding my range box, guys. Holding up strong. Fight it. Fight it. Matic, go. Yeah, we did have a rejection here. This yellow line is the 100-week exponential moving average. So we are moving inside of the range box right now. If we do lose that, I do think that we do have a range here, 86.1 cents here. Why? Because it was previous resistance and then it was support, and it just makes sense. That's how that works. If we do come down here and we break the trend assistant, be watching for the 50-week exponential moving average, the dynamic reactor, and the 618 of the golden pocket. Going to be a good place to grab it there. So Um, plus one Piper French toaster. I love you, man. Love you guys. You guys are why OC and I do this every day. Actually, OC does this because he likes to hang out with me. Yeah, that's it. That's all he does it for. Taking a look at Cardano here, guys. Cardano pumped up and set a 41-cent move this morning. What was it actually? The highest point? 40.97. I um, three 1,000ths of a cent away from being 41 cents. So I lied to you. I'm sorry. There you go. I just broke the honesty thing. Um, taking a look here, we did get a pullback, rejected off of the upper predictive ranges. That's the upper frame there of predictive ranges from the Dynamic Pro. And then almost making it to the 786 here on the Platinum Pocket on my fibs. But right now we have bounced back down into a wick of the Golden Pocket. And it looks like that was a nice retest there. We're going to see if that can hold there. However, keep in mind, we do have a downtrend arrow. It does look like we're starting to get the flip of the ribbon here on the Prime Oscillator Pro. And we are getting small candles here, which typically indicates that we're about to flip bearishly on RSI Prime. Keep in mind, this could just go sideways. All of this starts to settle down, gets its panties out of a bunch, and then it continues up. That can happen too. I just wanted to show you guys what we're looking at right now. So, Solana. Solana's looking pretty good still. Looks like Solana may be coming back to do a retest on the 382 here. We're looking at 4-hour charts, remember. We are getting the downside, and it told us that we were. We had a rejection of that blue band of the predictive ranges there. That's the delta median. Remember, we typically trade between the two gold bands on predictive ranges, with this being the 50% line. Anything under 50% in anything on odds, on Fibonacci, on the delta trading band, whatever. If you're below 50 and you can't get above it, you're more bearish than bullish. That's just how it is. Taking a look here, though, it does look like we are going to retest this 382 at 59.79 cents there. That would give a nice cool off time on everything down here on the oscillators for us to continue back up again. So watch for that 382 59.79. Might be a good entry for a long right there, or a DCA if you're looking to grab some more. OP, not doing OP right now. Doge rejected off of that lower trade band right there. The predictive ranges has now come down, traded in the Platinum Pocket. Not overly concerned about that right now. If you guys got Doge, it's done pretty decent, but Doge can dump and then pump again. Doge has no rhyme or reason. Hashtag Elon Musk controlled. Okay. Yeah, let's go here. Take a look. Avalanche. Got to talk about Avalanche, guys. I told you back here, I said, look, we rejected off of the top of the Platinum Pocket. If we come down, and this was going to be Monday morning, we were right in here. I said, if we come down and get support on the Golden Pocket, or even one of our indicators down there in that range, and we come to and get a bounce, we will likely come back up and give another run at the Platinum Pocket. That's what we said on Monday morning. Monday morning, about right there when we were hitting this, I said, if we can hold this, well, we did get a breakdown through. We punched down through, but we hit that trend assistant, and that's where we got our bounce perfectly. It came back in, and it traded in the Golden Pocket here for about a full day. Okay. Once it did that, it shot up. And right now, nope. What? How dare you get back on Avalanche? There we go. Right now, we are in a new range. We have broke the 1-to-1 line and it set a new high, local high, I should say. This is the high back here. It was back here on like April of 2023, and now we have broken it, and we are moving to the upside. So what we're looking at here, let me stretch it out. There we go. We are getting an uptick, and we're going to have to do new fibs. Let's go ahead and do that together. All right, boys and girls, get your charts out. Let's draw together. We're going to be taking a look at the new other highs back here so that we can get new ranges here, because now we are these fibs out of play. So we're going to delete that off. We're going to go and grab our Fibonacci's here. Let's turn off all of our other indicators for a second. Let's grab a fibs here, and we're just going to come from this range back here, because this is going to be our new range. That is the wrong Fibonacci's. Go down here to my saved templates. There we go. Bam. We are right now at the Golden Pocket, and let's go and see what's happening here on the 4-hour, because we'll probably get in play. There you go. Guys, the sequences don't lie. There is a rhyme and reason to the golden ratio, and people are just programmed, biological computers, all following the same. Because when we have a rejection on one of these, that means everybody sold at that level, or everyone had orders at that level. And it isn't like the entire planet got together and coordinated this. They literally are all acting on a set programming based on emotion and sentiment and everything else. And so, yes, we absolutely have biological programming going on the golden ratio, the universal 618 spiral in Fibonacci on charts. So there you go. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You guys should do some research on it. It's very exciting. So yeah, when we get down into here, let's turn back on the indicators. And we can see that, yeah, the golden pocket's going to hold just fine. It does look like we do have some pullback here. We did have a bearish divergence on the 4-hour print here. Also, sir. All right, there we go. We did get a bearish divergence that printed there on the oscillator with the downtrend arrow. But we actually punched through that. Guys, this was here when we hit the rejection and pulled back. We have actually gone forward and said, "Yeah, I'm not listening to anybody right now. I'm doing what I want." Like a 12-year-old teenager. Um, and so now we're getting this small candles here. It does look like we could have a little pullback here, but that pullback, like I said, everything here can refresh and get nice and new and pumpy looking just by going sideways right here in the golden pocket range. So keep an eye on that. Those are at levels $22.39 up to $23.33 on the golden pocket. So that's what we're watching there. Let's see. What else is there? It's not tinfoil hat, man. I can't argue with the Fibonacci's. If they're there and the price of action plays out there, that means that everyone's following Fibonacci sequences. I'm just saying. All right. OC, go show what you want to show, and then I'm going to do CAS after you get done. I'm going to kick it over to you. Are you ready?
Perfect. Yes.
All right, go.
All right, perfect. So I want to basically don't want to be the that party ruiner. All right, but let's take a look at Bitcoin here. I want to take a look at the weekly. Weekly, we don't see any bearish divergences, and I want to show you guys. Remember that we were talking about high energy levels, or basically ranging. All right, so I did a little bit of my DNA analysis, and let me bring it up here. So the first thing that I want to show you guys is basically the length of the previous energy level, the previous ranging, where we can identify it, right? So we can see a range this size, then we see a pump. It's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, and off we go for the next energy level. I want to point out that we did that little range right there, and then we pumped again to make another one in here. All right, although this I kept it like that because this is almost the same size or almost there. All right, so what I want to do is to be maybe take a look at what's happening between or on the past and predict what's happening in the future. All right, so we just broke through dynamic reactor on weekly. All right, this is dynamic reactor. We broke with a huge candle right there, and we can verify that by going some other place. And as you can see, we were also looking at this previous range that we were talking about. All right, the same one that I was pointing out on the other one. So on the other section. So where was our range on the previous analysis? And that should be, oh, where I got it. Oh, well, it was a little range that we were looking at, and the at the bottom of this order block. Well, then we can see how we're getting close to that order block, but also how we are having a couple of golden boxes in here. All right, so this is taking me to, all right, it is not about the breakout, it's about the retest. Look at what has happened after one of those big candles. A little bit movement to the upside, and then a little retracement. Big candle, a little movement to the upside, and a little retracement. Big candle, a little bit to the upside, and now we are flipping. All right, so what could be the worst case scenario? So let's go for what 4-hour analysis on all of our indicators in here, and also jump into the weekly. So we have enough data to start calling a couple of movements in here. So bear with me because I know it's a little bit of a spaghetti, or we're going to get into that spaghetti, but look at that. We're going for that lower section of
I
this
love, I
predicted
love,
range.
I love Mexican spaghetti. I love Mexican spaghetti.
Sometimes it's overwhelming. So, guys, look at what's happening with your EMAs in here. All right, just in case you don't know, let me just bring them up in here, and we have 14, 5,500, and 200 EMAs. All right, so we're about to have that crossover. The EMAs, all of the EMAs are bunching up. The dynamic reactor is right there, and also look at where I have a low and another low order blocks. All right, so we could be looking at a retracement. And something also important, remember, this is one of my pro tips, guys. If you have access to the Prime Oscillator, you're going to love this. And if you don't, also don't worry, this also replicates on the SRI Prime. All right. So I'm going to be marking from whenever we broke above, and we haven't actually broke below for more than this itty bitty section. So let's just put it up there. So what has happened from the point that we broke below and we stood below here? Look at that movement. All right. So just not to make it such a spaghetti here, let's just remove that. Since we broke above, look at that beautiful break above. All right. And as we are staying above here, look at that beautiful movement. If you can tell, look at that. Same thing is happening with the bars in here as we are hovering on the upper zones on the RSI prime, and also as we were hovering on the lower zones on the RSI prime. So if you don't have these indicators, I do advise you at least to add your RSI prime there, because that will be calling some shots up here. So, all right, we'll still have some momentum. All right, bringing up, crossing that 50% line right here on the ADX. All right, so that means that we could be having so much momentum, or a little bit more momentum. I'm still hoping for that final push up. Remember what I've drawn here, maybe just going somewhere around there and then making a retest. Remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. So on the
So
worst case scenario, yep.
so real fast. So you actually think that Bitcoin's got a little bit more pump up today before the pullback, where I think it might be pulling back today.
Yes, I do believe that we have the possibilities to have a little bit more of a pullback today, and that I will be basing that on the
All
four
right,
hour.
let's get the audience here. Let's get the audience here, guys. If you think that we're gonna have a Piper scenario today, put a one. If you think we're gonna have an OC guy scenario today, put a two in the chat. I love when OC and I don't come to confluence on charts, because we always end up talking for the next 2 days constantly on chat. Like I told you, and we poke back and forth. So it's great. And so, yes, so put a one or a two in the chat. Let us know what you guys think. Go ahead. Carry on, OC. Carry on, as you were.
Perfect. All right, so going back into the 4 hour, and this is where the things start getting interesting. We technically made a higher high, all right? Barely, barely. And remember what I mentioned yesterday, we're gonna be seeing some double tops, all right? So I do believe that right now we could be seeing a little bit more of these movements here. So I don't know if we're gonna be having all the way up here, but I will be looking for this line here, this previous zone. All right. If we break it by any chance and we are able to flip here and look at what has happened on, for example, this area right here. All right. We start getting some bearish candles on the Heikin Ashi. And what happened here? A little more high. All right. So I believe we could be having the
Touche.
same scenario.
Touche.
Yeah, and having that itty bitty of the next high and then going for the low. Although, again, guys, I will be quick to change my mind, not only because Piper is showing the other way around, and that is I am opening my myself to anything in the markets, but also because remember I'm here in the markets to earn money, and if I see new data, I will not be stocking myself with old data, right? So I'll be
No,
changing my
that
mind fast if I see.
that is the analysis process. When new data presents itself, you have to start back over on the analysis cycle. That's textbook analysis. So good call. To be clear,
Exactly.
I think that we're going to have a pullback to 35,718 before we go up. So I do think that we're going to get down to 35,718. Not financial advice. That's just what I think. So yeah, great. Continue on. What else you got?
Perfect.
We got to.
All
Take a
right.
couple more, and then we're going to get into KASPA. I got to tell people what I did with KASPA and look at that chart because that's the thumbnail today. So take a couple more things here and drop that alpha on them, man. Give them that knowledge.
Absolutely. So let's go for the explosive one. So look at that, breaking that range, that forever range on RNDR. So what am I gonna be looking at here? Well, I'm gonna be looking here, and look at that, my spaghetti again. So, I was talking about a retracement somewhere here. As you can see, that retracement actually got demolished. So it did not happen. Too bad. That's fine. So basically, take a look at what might be also happening. Let me just remove everything here, and we are getting for the new or very close to the premium zone, and also to this line in here. We are between in case in here. So what's happening? I'm also flipping on the error side. All right. I do have contradict data on this squeeze momentum and ADX, but remember these indicators are a little bit lagging. And what I'm also looking at is this flip of the ribbon. All right. Again, look at what has happened here with maybe a double top before a retracement. Let's take a look at what has happened here. A little kind of like a double top before a retracement. So I could be looking at something like that. All right. So at this point, I will not be chasing neither a long or a short until I see a decisive candle or on R and DR. But just so you know, that if Bitcoin retrace as Piper is calling, I am jumping in some shorts on this. In fact, just so you know, right here I have my broker and I have open an OP short. I'm right now 3% on gains, just 3% on gains. And that is on OP, just so you are tracking. Also, I want to bring up this alert. All right, this alert was placed a couple of days ago. If I don't recall, that was somewhere like a week ago. And look at where are we getting here. All right, almost perfectly. So what I'm looking at here is to start having a flip. All right, going for that double top on the other side, which this is what I believe is going to happen with Bitcoin at this point. Going again for that double top. Look at that, already a bearish divergence. All right, and I'm only looking for the final maybe less light or darker candle here or histogram bar to maybe reach within this zone, and then also look at what's happening with Bitcoin, because this could be maybe a retrace that I could be making either a reentry or shorting the retracement, all right, or looking back at where I'm going to be following this up. Remember, as Piper mentioned, we just broke the dynamic reactor. We also are having what is it, weekly Bitcoin. Here we go. We're having EMA crossing here, guys. So make no mistake, we are turning bullish. All right, bullish. We only need to figure out exactly what's gonna be our energy level where we're gonna be stuck for a little while we get into the halving event. So is it gonna be here or is it gonna be here? You call those shots.
Interesting. That top there, I want to pull up something here. Let me come on camera. I want to pull up something here real fast because that top there that you're looking at actually is an interesting number on my other chart here. So looking at the Bitcoin, look, guys, it's my favorite chart, as Eric Wallen likes to say. Looking at my my three-phase halving chart here, guys.
Yeah.
If you actually look at phase 3 of the platinum pocket here, the top of that is, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me make that a little bigger for you there. Let's make it like a 14 or a 16, I think, so that you guys can see it out there in the YouTube world. Yeah, that's coming in at 45,363. So what did it say on yours? What was your chart? Your top?
Oh, this is another one. Look at what we
No,
got in
no.
here. So look at
No,
this. Yeah,
what was
this
your
one.
range on that? Yeah, that one. What was the range? 45.1? Yeah. So if you look here, mine's 45.3 is the top of my phase 3 range on here. So yeah, I think you might see that one at the halving time period because remember, this can all be truncated and happen much sooner. It just shuffles, but it's still phase 2, phase 3. So if we get support above the 36,400 and prove it as support, here, that would be putting us into phase three, and phase three top is coming in at 45,363. So yes, I think your other chart there is the more accurate one. Kicking it back to you though, real fast, and then yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, let's do that.
So, perfect. So just to wrap it up, I am also looking at this one. That's what I'm looking for. This one and this one. Look at where is it also going to. So this is the automated free indicator. This is a volume profile magnifier order block by Jacob Maccabee. You can go ahead and download it. It's just X-raying the order blocks. Also, this is the developer's fine tuning. So this is his own word, by his own words, his best configuration for a higher time frame in case you're interested on getting it. So yeah,
And I
this is
also want
something
to point
also that
out
I
that Jacob
go
Maccabee is one of the co-founders and head developers at Chart Prime. So it's not just another guy. He's
yeah.
proven developer that is the brains behind a lot of Chart Prime stuff. So
Absolutely. So just ending with Rune. Basically, that is everything that I had for you guys. I'm only want to go over over crypto bubbles because CAS and RNDR are killing it. Rune, SNX, AVAX, already basically everything that Piper has been calling for the past month, guys. So if you're looking to see what might be happening, stick around because we have a ton more of history here. So kicking back to you, Piper.
awesome. Appreciate it, man. All right. So let's talk about what I did with I want to talk about what I did with CASPA. Because yesterday in the Investing Bros Discord community, for the silver members over there, because I'm still a loyal bro to my people over there, the bros. Because most of the alumni are bros also. I'm just saying. Um, or sisters. We got sisters in those bros too. Gia S, shout out to you. But I told him yesterday, I said, hey guys, I'm taking profit on some CASPA. As you guys know, on November 6th, I put about 10 grand into Caspa. I bought some Caspa, and some people over there got in with me. Eric Wallen, shout out to you. Shout out to Crypto Trades. They got in there too. But I took some profit. I was up like 80%. So I took out everything but my original money. So I still got money in Caspa. I'm still sitting on Caspa right now, but I took profit. Why? Because I got a trip in Houston for Thanksgiving with family. I've got a trip in December going to well, you bought CASPA, Crux of Crypto. He said, I bought CAS yesterday. If it goes down, I sell my Solana and other projects and increase exposure. Smart move, dude. That's exactly what you do. You don't throw in all your dry powder. You keep some extra dry powder, or you keep some profits to level in, ladder in some of those buys. But I took that profit because I've got a Disney trip coming up in December. It's nice to have some cash. No one's ever gone broke taking profit. However, pause for effect. I also opened up a 3x leverage trade on Caspa at the same time that I took profits from my spot buy of Caspa. And so I'm 3x leveraged in on Caspa at the same time that I've got spot hodl bag for Caspa. So there's the full transparency of what I'm doing. I took out, nice chunk of profit yesterday. Got plenty of money for the holidays coming up and plenty of money for trips. But I added a little bit of risk because I think that the risk to reward is really good on Casper right now. So I went in on a 3x, nothing crazy on the leverage, but it is enough that it can easily make up the tokens that I took out of my bag. So just a little hedging method to take profit and still keep exposure with some low leverage and low risk. So not financial advice, but yeah, I've got plenty of dry powder. If it does pull back, I will definitely be getting some more exposure to CAS. So let's go ahead and take a look at the CASPA chart. So this is the thumbnail today, guys. If it does this, it might be your opportunity. Now, I want to show you guys what's going on and why I went ahead and took profits yesterday and why I thought it was a good idea. Let me get I got a lot of the new indicators on here running, so testing them out right now. So we got big changes, big announcement coming next Monday, guys, for Chart Prime. Big announcement. So check in Monday, and we're gonna have that for you. So take a look here at Caspa. I saw this. We had the downtrend arrow that printed. That would be on this candle right here. That was after we had the red check mark off of this buy indicator that popped all the way back here on 17 October. There was a strong buy indicator from Chart Prime. It ran up a ton. Let's see, from that buy indicator to now, from that buy indicator to now, it was a 201% move with no leverage, guys. So shout out to Chart Prime, nailing it every time. Um, yeah. So what I did here, I saw this downtrend that kicked here. We had that downtrend arrow. We also had the red check mark that said, "Hey, it might be time for you to take your profits and get out of this. This might be the end of the run." Down here beneath this break of structure here, there's a purple check mark right there. That was take profit one on this thing, take profit two. Hey, we might be having a pullback. That printed there. There was a pullback. I took profit. It's okay. I told you what I did to hedge it with my 3X. However, what I'm seeing here um, is that we have this flip of the ribbon. Remember, we normally trade in the cloud, so this could come down quite a bit. We were getting very small candles here on RSI primed on the Heikenashis, which typically indicates that we're about to have a pullback. We also were deep buried on the Ichimoku oscillator signal line, way up high. Here is the thing that I want to point out. The last time that we had this, where all of these things aligned and the stars aligned here, was back here. We had this happen on November 8th. There was an overbought. We started getting the Heikenashis to curve. We had a downtrend arrow that printed on here. We still haven't gotten that on here yet, but I just want to point out that we were getting that after this high, so there was a divergence. These alignments here, if you take this and measure it from the top to the bottom, that was a 21.4% pullback. If we get a 21.4% pullback from where we are right now with all of those things popping, we'll go from the top here down to here. That would be back to the phase 6. A 20% would be about to the phase 5. I don't think that we're going to see that much of a pullback. I am watching for 12.8 cents for another entry. I know that's not a lot, guys. However, if we prove this as support again, you can see what happened here on phase 4 of my golden, or phase 5 of my golden pockets. We tested it a lot. Candles close above it. I think if we get another red candle and we test this again, that 12.8 is going to be a good buy-in, and it would be enough to refresh all these very bearish indicators right now, enough to give them another run up again, which would be equated out in price action push up again. So that's what I'm watching for on CAS. Just so you guys know, that's the level I'm looking for. Could it come back to phase 5 all the way down here at 11.2? Absolutely possible. But if you think that's what the case is going to be, you can always do 50% buy-in and a 50% buy-in. That's not a problem. I am watching, though, for these two levels. Again, 12.8 cents and 11.2 cents is what I'm looking for on the phase 5 and the phase 6 retests on this long-term price action here, guys. Look, none of this is an exact science. Everything is speculative, but you have to take the data as the data is given to you, take the levels that you're seeing on the charts, and you have to play with those. I have protected my hedge, hedged and protected my profit taking so that I still have exposure, so I'm not overly concerned about that. Matter of fact, since I did that, my 3X has almost made up what I took out in profit. So because it was down here on this line, I do think we're going to come back, and anything I can share with you is my goal on Piper Academy. So OC, let's jump out here. Let's wrap it up. Guys, I want to remind you, if you have not hit the like button, do so. Help us out. It helps the algorithm immensely. Share this with a friend. If you think that this was some great knowledge and great TA and things that people should know, then go ahead and share this with a friend. Share it with a family member. Matter of fact, you guys are going on Thanksgiving next week. You're going to have everybody on Thanksgiving chilling and hanging out, and someone's going to ask you, so how's your crypto doing? Share this channel with them. Grow this channel. We're trying to give out knowledge to you guys daily. So thanks for being here today. Hit that notification bell if you're new here and subscribe, and we'll check you guys out tomorrow morning. Also, if you want to get Chart Prime, that right there, you can get 45% off your first monthly or quarterly. Get all these indicators in your charts too. That doesn't just come with the indicators. You also get for free with that over 25 classes a month with OC Guy in the Discord. They're free. They're an hour long. They're live. And he's always over there teaching people because knowledge is profit. And he trying to give knowledge out too. That's why he joined me on the show. If you guys want to get Legendary Coffee and be as pumped up as I am today, get Legendary Aviation Coffee, 10% off. Link down below. It supports the show, and it's going to be the best coffee you ever had. I promise. Looking over there below OC, you can see the at Army Piper, at the real OCG. Those are our X, and we're always sharing stuff on there too. Follow us there. Guys, thanks again. Join us here tomorrow morning, closing out the week, giving you guys the markets, the charts, the TA, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. We will catch you guys tomorrow. OC, thanks. It's always been great, man. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much, Piper, for having me. Always a pleasure.
Awesome. Awesome. Guys, trade safe. Stay prime. Check you out tomorrow.
That was awesome, dude!